Have you ever met someone who left a mark on you? Someone who seemed unforgettable, even after they left the room? It's not just their words that stay with you. It's the way they carry themselves, the way they made you feel. That person didn't rely on fancy tricks or empty gestures. They simply embodied something deeper, a quiet strength, a magnetic presence. And you can be that person too. Imagine walking into any room and without saying a word, leaving people thinking, "I'll remember them." Imagine having the kind of impact that lingers long after you've gone. It's not about trying to be someone you're not. It's about tapping into the quiet wisdom that's already inside you. The power of stoic philosophy can help you do exactly that, transform yourself into someone unforgettable. In this video, we're going to explore 7 key principles that will make you stand out in a world that often forgets the truly important things. These aren't surface-level strategies. These are timeless truths that have been passed down through generations. They focus on the quiet strength you already possess, the power of presence, emotional control, and living with integrity. We live in a world where it's easy to fade into the background, where it's tempting to conform, to blend in. But deep inside, you know there's more to life than that. You're capable of so much more, and that's what this journey is all about. It's about becoming the kind of person who isn't just noticed, but remembered, not for fleeting moments, but for lasting impressions that touch the hearts of others. So, as you watch this, think about what it would mean for you to embody these principles in your life. The world needs more people who live with intention, who lead with integrity, and who leave a lasting impact on the people they encounter. And you have everything you need within you to start that journey right now. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being real, being present, and being unforgettable. Let's dive in. Chapter 1. Own your space, the power of presence. Your presence is a silent language. When you walk into a room, what do people feel? You may not realize it, but you communicate a powerful message with every step you take. It's not about what you say or what you do. It's about how you hold yourself, how you carry your energy, and how you command the space around you. This is the power of presence, but here's the thing. You already possess this power. It's not something you need to acquire. It's something you tap into. It's part of who you are. And when you choose to fully own your space, the world around you changes. You become someone who can't be ignored, not because of force or arrogance, but because of the quiet confidence you exude. The way you hold your body speaks louder than your words. Think about the moments when you felt truly seen. Maybe it was when someone looked at you, not just with their eyes, but with a deep sense of attention, like they could sense who you really were. That feeling of being seen is powerful, isn't it? That is what owning your space can do for you. When you stand tall, when your posture reflects confidence, when you make eye contact and hold it, people feel your strength. They don't need to hear a word from you to know that you carry something special. It's that invisible force that draws them in. But owning your space goes beyond how you stand. It's about how you move through the world. Do you take up space, or do you shrink away, hesitant to be noticed? By owning your space, you show the world that you have something to offer, that your presence matters. You are more than enough. This isn't about trying to fit into someone else's mold. It's not about pretending to be something you're not. It's about embracing who you truly are, your unique strengths, your individuality, and your inner power. When you own your space, you stop looking for validation from others. You stop seeking permission to be yourself. And that's when something magical happens. Others begin to notice. They begin to respect you. Because when you show up as your most authentic self, with all the quiet strength you carry inside, people can't help but take you seriously. Your presence commands respect, not because of what you say, but because of the way you simply are. It's about showing up for yourself first. Owning your space isn't just about the external. It's about how you feel inside. Do you honor yourself? Do you respect your own worth? If you want others to see your value, you have to first see it in yourself. It's about standing firm in your own beliefs, your own boundaries, and your own uniqueness. When you embrace your presence, you stop trying to blend in. You no longer hide behind excuses or apologies. Instead, you stand tall and proud because you know that what you bring to the table matters. You are worthy of space. You are worthy of being seen. And that energy, people feel it. They are drawn to it, whether they realize it or not. It's the power of being unapologetically yourself. The impact of owning your space is quiet but profound. You don't have to be loud or assertive to be powerful. Often, the most memorable people are those who don't need to raise their voices to command attention. Their energy does the talking for them. Think about the leaders who inspire you, the ones who make you feel heard, seen, and respected. They didn't get there by being someone they're not. They got there by fully embracing who they are without fear or hesitation. By owning your space, you do the same. You take up your rightful place in the world. You stop doubting yourself and start walking through life with purpose. You realize that your presence is enough. You are enough. Start with the little things. It's easy to think that owning your space means making dramatic changes, but it starts with small, intentional shifts. Stand a little taller when you walk. Make eye contact when you speak. Take a deep breath before entering a room and remind yourself that you belong there. These simple acts will help you tap into that hidden power you already have. Over time, this becomes who you are. You won't have to force it. You won't have to work at it. It will become natural, because once you embrace the power of your own presence, you can never go back. You will be unforgettable, not because you tried to be, but because you simply were. You are not invisible. In a world that constantly tells you to shrink, to fit in, and to play small, owning your space is an act of rebellion. It's a declaration that you matter, that your presence is worth something. You don't have to scream for attention. You don't have to be louder than everyone else. You simply have to be. So take a moment right now. Feel your feet grounded beneath you. Straighten your back. Take a deep breath and step into your space. Let the world see you. You are more than enough. You are worthy. And when you own your space, you become unforgettable. The power is within you. It always has been. All you have to do is step into it. Chapter 2. Control your reactions. The calm in the storm. True power lies in how you respond, not how you react. In life, there are moments when everything around you feels like it's falling apart. The storm hits, whether it's a sudden change, an unexpected challenge, or an overwhelming rush of emotions. In these moments, it's easy to get caught up in the chaos. It's easy to let your emotions take the wheel and let the world dictate your reactions. But here's the truth. You have the power to choose how you respond. It's in these moments of pressure, when things feel out of control, that your true strength reveals itself. The Stoics, people who lived thousands of years ago, understood this power. They knew that while we can't always control what happens to us, we can control how we react to it. And that, my friend, is where your power lies. You are not a slave to your emotions. Think about a time when something happened, something unexpected, something difficult. Maybe it was a stressful situation at work, or a sudden disagreement with someone close to you. How did you respond? Did you let the emotions take over, or did you take a step back and choose your reaction carefully? Here's what I want you to understand. You can choose. You are not bound to be swept away by the storm. You have the ability to pause, to breathe, and to decide how you will react. It's not about suppressing your feelings or pretending that things don't bother you. It's about creating space between the stimulus and your response. That pause, however small, is where your power is found. Emotional control is not about avoiding feelings. It's about mastering them. When life pushes you to your limits, it's easy to react impulsively. You feel the rush of anger, frustration, or fear, and the instinct is to let it out. But here's the thing. When you let these emotions control you, they own you. They dictate your behavior, your decisions, and how others perceive you. And before you know it, the storm has passed, but the damage it left behind lingers. Instead of reacting in the moment, take a step back. In that space, you can breathe, reflect, and choose how to respond. Will you let anger drive you to make rash decisions? Or will you take a moment to regain your composure and respond thoughtfully? The ability to control your reactions, to stay calm when the storm rages, makes you a force to be reckoned with. Your calmness is magnetic. When everyone else is losing their cool, when emotions are running high, there's something incredibly powerful about someone who stays composed. It's not about being emotionless or cold. It's about being the steady hand in the storm. People will notice you. They'll gravitate toward you because you exude calmness. You become the anchor others can rely on, and that, my friend, is unforgettable. The best leaders, the most respected figures, the people who leave a lasting impact, they don't panic when things go wrong. They stay calm, they breathe, and they think before they act. They know that their reactions have the power to either calm the storm or make it worse. And when you learn to control your reactions, you gain the ability to lead, not just in the external world, but in your own inner world as well. Calmness is not a weakness. It is a sign of strength. You might feel that being calm in tough situations is a sign of being passive or weak. But nothing could be further from the truth. True strength lies in your ability to remain centered when everything around you is spinning out of control. It's easy to get swept away by your emotions. It takes true courage to sit with them, understand them, and choose a more measured response. That's the kind of strength that earns respect. That's the kind of strength that leaves an impression. It's all about perspective. The Stoics also taught us that not everything that happens to us is bad. The way we interpret events is what shapes our experience. If you can look at challenges as opportunities to practice calmness and control, you'll start to see life through a different lens. Instead of being a victim of your circumstances, you become the observer, detached, thoughtful, and empowered. Next time you face a difficult situation, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, how do I want to react? Will you let the situation control you, or will you control your response? You have the power to decide, and that decision will determine how others experience you. It will also determine how you experience yourself. You are the master of your inner world. When you master your reactions, you master your life. You take the reins back. You stop being a passenger in your own emotional journey. And with that control comes an immense sense of freedom. So, the next time the storm comes, remember this: you are not at the mercy of your emotions. You have the power to choose your response. And when you do, you stand apart from the crowd. You become the calm in the storm, the person people will remember. Your strength, your inner peace, becomes your greatest gift to the world. Choose wisely and watch how your life begins to change. Chapter 3. Keep your promises. The unspoken power of reliability. Reliability is a rare and precious gift. In a world where words are often empty and promises are frequently broken, there is something deeply powerful about being someone who always follows through. It's not glamorous, it's not flashy, but it is real, and it's the kind of strength that leaves a lasting impression. When you keep your promises, you don't just show others that they can trust you. You show yourself that you are someone who lives with integrity. You prove to yourself that your word means something, that you are someone who can be counted on. And when you live this way, it doesn't just change how others see you. It changes how you see yourself. Trust is built in small, consistent actions. Promises don't have to be grand or monumental. They don't need to be world-changing. What matters is that when you make a promise, whether it's to someone else or to yourself, you follow through. It could be something as simple as showing up when you said you would. It could be sticking to your commitments, even when it's inconvenient or difficult. It's in these small, everyday moments that your reliability is built. Think about the people you trust the most. Are they the ones who make big promises and barely follow through? Or are they the ones who show up consistently, day in and day out, with quiet strength and unwavering reliability? When you become the person who always keeps their word, you naturally start to build that same trust with others. You become someone people can rely on, someone people will remember for their consistency and dependability. Your word is your bond. In today's world, it's easy to get caught up in the habit of saying things we don't mean or making promises we can't keep. But when you speak, make sure your words align with your actions. People can tell when your words don't match your behavior. And over time, this erodes trust. But when you're someone who keeps their promises, even the smallest ones, you're showing the world that your word is worth more than gold. When you follow through on what you say, you build something far more valuable than just trust. You build a reputation for being someone who is grounded, reliable, and true to their word. This reputation doesn't just help you in your relationships, it elevates your sense of self-respect. Every promise you keep is a reaffirmation of your strength, of your reliability. It's a quiet declaration to the world that you can be counted on, and this makes you unforgettable. Reliability is a reflection of your character. When you keep your promises, you are shaping the kind of person you want to be. This is more than just a surface-level trait. It's a reflection of your inner integrity. You're not just keeping promises to others. You're keeping promises to yourself about who you are and the kind of life you want to live. There's something deeply powerful about being someone who keeps their word. It's not about seeking recognition or praise. It's about knowing that you are someone who stands firm, someone who does what they say they will do. It's about living with authenticity and strength, rooted in your own values and principles. People will remember the promises you keep. Think about a time when someone made a promise to you and actually kept it. How did it make you feel? It probably made you feel seen, heard, and respected. It made you feel like someone cared enough about you to follow through. That feeling of being valued and respected is one of the most powerful gifts you can give to others. And when you make a habit of keeping your promises, you create a ripple effect. You show others that they can rely on you. You show them that you value them enough to follow through. And the beauty of it is, people remember this. They may not remember the exact words you said, but they'll remember how you made them feel. They'll remember the fact that you showed up, that you did what you said you would do, and that you honored your commitments. That is something that sticks. That is something that sets you apart from the crowd. Reliability creates a legacy of trust. You may not realize it, but the person you are today is shaping the legacy you leave behind. It's in every promise you make and every promise you keep. The way you live your life today is creating the story people will tell about you tomorrow. Will they tell stories of how you were someone they could always count on? Or will they remember the times you let them down, the times your promises faded away? The beauty of being someone who keeps their word is that it's never just about today. It's about creating a foundation of trust that lasts long after you've walked away. It's about knowing that every promise you keep builds a legacy of reliability, a legacy that people will remember for years to come. Start small, but start now. If you want to be someone who is unforgettable, start by making and keeping small promises. Show up when you say you will. Keep the commitments you make, no matter how small they may seem. Be consistent, be reliable. And watch how your life begins to change. The more you practice keeping your word, the more you will become someone others can trust. Someone who stands out in a world where reliability is rare. Remember, your word is your bond. And when you keep it, you don't just change the way others see you. You change the way you see yourself. You become someone who lives with integrity, someone whose word can be trusted. And that is the kind of person who is truly unforgettable. Chapter 4. Stay calm when others panic. The art of composure. Calmness is the silent strength that speaks louder than words. In life, chaos is inevitable. There will be moments when things go wrong, when everything feels like it's spiraling out of control. The pressures mount, emotions run high, and everyone around you seems to be in a state of panic. In these moments, the easy thing to do is to get caught up in the storm. The difficult thing is to remain calm. But here's the truth. Your calmness can be the anchor that others need. When everyone around you is losing their composure, you have the power to remain steady. It's not about being cold or distant. It's about being the one who keeps their head when everything else is falling apart. And that, my friend, is what will make you unforgettable. In times of crisis, people remember the ones who stayed grounded, the ones who didn't panic when the world was in chaos. And you have the ability to be that person. It's not about suppressing your emotions. It's about mastering them. Being calm doesn't mean you don't feel. It means you understand your emotions and you choose how to react to them. It's about knowing that emotions, while natural, are not meant to control you. You control them. You are not a slave to your fear, your anger, or your anxiety. You have the power to breathe, pause, and take a step back before you react. In that space between feeling and responding lies your true strength. The Stoics understood this well. They didn't deny their emotions. They simply practiced control. They knew that the key to facing adversity wasn't about avoiding the storm. It was about learning how to remain calm in the midst of it. You too can cultivate this skill. And when you do, you'll find that you are no longer overwhelmed by life's challenges. You will face them with quiet strength and a clear mind. Your calmness becomes a source of strength for others. When you stay calm in the face of chaos, you become the one others look to for guidance. People will start to rely on your steady presence because they know that in the midst of their own panic, you will not add to the noise. You will help them stay grounded. You will show them that there is another way to respond, a way that doesn't involve fear, rash decisions, or frantic energy. Think about it. When everything seems to be falling apart, who do you want by your side? The person who is just as panicked as you are, or the one who can keep a clear head even when things are tough? You want the person who can make decisions from a place of clarity, not fear, and that person can be you. You have the ability to calm the storm, not just for yourself, but for others as well. Remaining calm doesn't mean you don't care. It means you care enough to think before you act. There's a common misconception that staying calm means you're indifferent or detached. But true composure doesn't come from a lack of care. It comes from a deep sense of responsibility. When you stay calm, you're showing that you understand the situation and that you care enough to make thoughtful, deliberate decisions rather than acting impulsively. In the moments when panic sets in, your calmness will not only help you think more clearly, it will help others see the situation for what it truly is. By staying grounded, you help create a space where solutions can emerge, where the next step becomes clear. It's in that space of composure that real leadership is born. And you, in these moments, can become a leader, a calm, grounded presence that others will remember and respect. You are capable of more than you think. In times of crisis, you will be tested. You may feel like you're not equipped to handle the pressure, but here's the thing. You have everything you need inside of you. You've faced challenges before, and you have the resilience to face them again. You can remain calm. You can stay grounded. You can choose your response, no matter how intense the situation feels. The key is to remember that you are not defined by your emotions. You are not defined by the chaos around you. You are defined by how you respond to it. You have the power to decide what kind of person you want to be in these moments. Will you be someone who crumbles under pressure, or will you be someone who rises above it? The choice is yours. It all starts with a breath. When panic sets in, the first step is always to take a breath. It's simple, but incredibly powerful. In that moment of stillness, you give yourself the gift of perspective. You remind yourself that you are in control. You choose how to respond. The next time chaos enters your life, take that breath. Remind yourself that you can handle it, and watch how the world around you begins to shift. The storm may be intense, but your calm will be even more powerful. You will remain steady. You will remain grounded. And when it's all over, you'll be the one people remember, not because you didn't feel the storm, but because you weathered it with grace. The storm will pass, but your composure will last. In every difficult moment, you have the chance to make a choice. Will you let the storm control you, or will you control the storm? Choose wisely. When you stay calm, you not only survive the storm, you thrive in it, and that calm strength will be something others remember for a long time. You have the power within you. Stay calm, stay grounded, and watch how everything around you begins to change. Chapter 5. Remember names. A small act with big impact. The power of a name is deeper than you might think. Have you ever experienced the feeling of hearing your name spoken by someone? It could have been someone you've just met or someone you've known for a long time, but in that moment, when your name is said with sincerity, you feel seen, you feel recognized. That small act, someone remembering your name, creates a sense of connection that is more profound than words can express. You have the ability to give that feeling to others. The simple act of remembering someone's name can make them feel valued in ways that go far beyond what you might realize. And the best part, it doesn't take much effort. In fact, remembering names is one of the simplest ways to leave a lasting impression and create real connections. Remembering names shows that you see people as individuals. In a world full of distractions and noise, people often feel overlooked, forgotten, or like they blend into the crowd. When you make the effort to remember someone's name, you're doing something extraordinary. You're telling them without saying a word that they matter, that they're not just another face in the crowd, that their identity is important to you. Think about it. When someone remembers your name, it's not just a name they recall, it's you. It's your unique self. In a moment when the world feels like it's rushing by, taking a moment to remember someone's name shows them that they are worth your attention. That act of acknowledgement, however small, can make someone feel like they matter. And that's a gift both to them and to you. A name is a person's most important possession. Your name is the one thing that is entirely yours. It's tied to your identity, your heritage, and everything that makes you unique. When someone takes the time to remember it, they acknowledge all of that. It's a sign of respect. It's a simple but powerful gesture that shows the world that you value them as individuals, not just as part of a larger, faceless group. When you remember someone's name, you offer them something that can't be replicated. You give them a moment of recognition, a moment where they feel known. And that's a gift that will stay with them. In the same way, you can carry this power into every interaction. Remembering names isn't just a courtesy. It's a way of giving people the gift of being seen. It shows your presence and attentiveness. In today's world, it's easy to get caught up in your own thoughts, your own busy schedule, and forget the people around you. But when you remember names, you show that you are present. You are not distracted. You are not in a hurry. You are fully engaged with the person in front of you. You're showing that you've taken the time to notice them, and that in itself creates a connection. People notice when you are truly listening. They notice when you are focused on them, not just on what's next on your agenda. And the simple act of remembering their name signals that. It's a subtle but profound way of demonstrating respect, presence, and attentiveness. When you make this small effort, you make people feel important, and they will remember you for it. It builds trust and deepens relationships. Trust is the foundation of any meaningful relationship. When you remember someone's name, you're building a bridge of trust. You're demonstrating that you value them enough to make an effort to remember something as personal as their name. Over time, this builds a deeper connection. The more you show that you see people, the more they will trust you. And trust, my friend, is the key to being unforgettable. When someone trusts you, they feel safe in your presence. They know that you will show up for them. Not just because of your actions, but because you truly see them for who they are. And it all starts with remembering their name. The impact of remembering names is lasting. The beauty of this simple act is that its impact lingers. People may forget the details of what you say, but they rarely forget how you made them feel. And when you remember someone's name, you make them feel important. You make them feel seen. That feeling stays with them, and when they think of you, they will remember the effort you put into remembering their name. You will stand out in their mind, not because you tried to impress them, but because you took the time to make them feel valued. Start small and make a habit of it. Remembering names is a skill that can be developed. It starts with intention. The next time you meet someone, make a conscious effort to remember their name. Repeat it to yourself. Say it out loud. Connect it with something meaningful. It might take a little practice, but over time, you'll begin to master this simple yet powerful skill. And as you do, you'll notice something beautiful happen. You'll begin to build stronger, more authentic connections. People will begin to gravitate toward you because they feel seen, heard, and understood. This small act, the act of remembering someone's name, has the power to transform your relationships. And that is the power you hold within you. The ability to leave a lasting impression simply by acknowledging the unique person standing in front of you. You have the power to make people feel important. And when you do, you make yourself unforgettable. Chapter 6. Lock eyes. The power of connection. The eyes are the windows to the soul. There is a depth of connection you can create with someone just by looking into their eyes. When you lock eyes with someone, you communicate something powerful without saying a word. It's a gesture of presence, of attention, and of acknowledgement. And in this simple act, you can create a bond that goes beyond the surface. Have you ever experienced a moment where someone looked at you, not just as another person in the room, but as if they truly saw you? It's a feeling that stays with you, a feeling of being understood and valued. And you have the ability to make others feel this way too. All it takes is the courage to look them in the eye and give them your full, undivided attention. Your eyes speak louder than words. Words can be powerful, yes, but they are not the only way to communicate. Often what is unsaid is even more impactful. When you lock eyes with someone, your gaze carries a message that words cannot express. It says, "I'm here with you. I see you. You matter to me." This deep connection is something people remember. It leaves an imprint in their hearts long after the conversation ends. It's a subtle thing, but the effect is profound. When you make eye contact, you're showing that you're fully engaged with the person in front of you. You're saying, "You are worthy of my attention." In a world filled with distractions, this kind of presence is rare, and it's magnetic. You are capable of creating deep connections. There's something incredibly powerful about being truly present with another person, and nothing helps you do that more than eye contact. It's an immediate connection. When you look someone in the eyes, you're telling them that you care enough to be fully there with them. Whether it's in a personal conversation, a business meeting, or a casual interaction, eye contact helps you make people feel heard and valued. Imagine walking into a room and connecting with people on a deeper level simply by looking them in the eye. You don't have to say anything extraordinary. You don't need fancy words or complex gestures. All it takes is the courage to truly see them, to meet their gaze and offer them your undivided attention. In that moment, you create a bond that transcends words. Eye contact is a reflection of confidence. When you lock eyes with someone, you're not only showing them that they matter, you're also showing yourself that you have nothing to hide. Confidence isn't about being loud or overbearing. It's about owning your space and being comfortable in your own skin. And when you make eye contact, you do just that. You stand tall, grounded in your own presence, and you offer a connection that is powerful and genuine. You see, eye contact is an act of trust. You're inviting someone into your world by showing them the real you. And in doing so, you create a level of trust that is rare and profound. When you look someone in the eye, you allow them to see you for who you are. No barriers, no distractions. This act of openness not only builds trust, but also strengthens your own sense of self-assurance. The courage to connect deeply. For many people, making eye contact is not always easy. It can feel intimidating or vulnerable. But here's the thing. True connection often requires us to step out of our comfort zones. When you allow yourself to lock eyes with someone, You are allowing yourself to be seen. You are offering a part of yourself to the other person, and in doing so, you give them the opportunity to connect with you on a deeper, more meaningful level. This simple act of vulnerability can be transformative. When you make eye contact, you open up a space for authentic connection. You allow yourself to be truly present, and that presence has the power to shift the energy in any room. It can turn a casual conversation into something memorable, something real. You are unforgettable when you truly connect. Think about the people you've met in your life who have left a lasting impression. What is it about them that stands out? Chances are, it wasn't just their words or their achievements. It was the way they made you feel. They probably made you feel seen, heard, and valued. And one of the most powerful ways they did that was through eye contact. When you look someone in the eye, you're telling them that they are important. You're telling them that you see them, not just as another person in the room, but as an individual with their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences. And in that moment, you create a connection that is both powerful and memorable. Start with yourself. Before you can truly connect with others, you need to connect with yourself. You need to feel comfortable in your own presence. You need to understand your own worth and the power of your own gaze. When you do this, making eye contact becomes natural. It becomes an extension of your confidence, your self-respect, and your willingness to engage with the world authentically. So, next time you're in a conversation, pause for a moment, look the person in the eye. Hold their gaze. Let them know that you are fully present, that you are here with them. And as you do, you will feel something shift, not just in the other person, but within yourself. You'll feel the power of connection, of being truly seen. The eyes are the key to unforgettable connections. Your gaze is one of the most powerful tools you have to create lasting bonds. So unlock it, let it speak for you, let it show others that you are not just present in body but in heart and soul. And in doing so, you'll leave an impression that goes beyond words. You'll become someone people will never forget. Chapter 7. Leave first. The secret to walking away at your peak. Leaving first isn't about quitting. It's about knowing when to walk away with grace. There is something incredibly powerful about knowing the right moment to leave. It's not about walking away when things are bad, nor is it about avoiding discomfort. It's about walking away at your peak, when you've given your best, when you've left your mark, and when your presence is still felt long after you've gone. This is the secret to being unforgettable, and it's a skill that you can master. How many times have you stayed longer than you should? Maybe it was a conversation that dragged on, a situation that no longer served you, or even a relationship that was past its prime. The fear of leaving too early often holds us back, doesn't it? We worry about what others will think or about leaving things unfinished. But here's the truth. The power is in knowing when to step away. Walking away at your peak leaves a lasting impact. The moments when you leave first are often the moments people remember the most. Think about the last time you experienced something or someone leaving right when they were at their best. Whether it was a speaker who ended their talk on a high note, a performer who left the stage while everyone was still captivated, or a conversation that ended before it could lose its magic. There's something about leaving on top that keeps the moment fresh in people's minds. The truth is, we tend to remember what we don't get enough of. Think about your favorite song, your favorite movie, or even your favorite meal. What happens when it's over too soon? You crave more. You feel a sense of longing, a desire to relive that experience again. The same principle applies to your interactions and your presence in other people's lives. When you leave first, when you walk away while you're still at your best, you create a sense of curiosity, a sense of wanting more. Don't wait until the moment fades. One of the greatest mistakes we often make is staying longer than we need to. We become too comfortable, too willing to hold on to something that has already run its course. Whether it's staying too long at an event, dragging out a conversation, or staying in a relationship that no longer brings growth, we lose sight of the fact that sometimes the best thing we can do is to leave with dignity and strength. You don't have to wait for a situation to deteriorate. You don't need to wait until things feel strained or awkward. The power lies in walking away before that happens, while you're still at your peak, when things are still going well. In this way, you preserve the memory of the best version of that experience and leave behind a lasting impact. Your presence is powerful. Don't let it be diluted. There's an old saying, leave them wanting more. And it's true. When you walk away while your energy is still strong, when you leave with your confidence intact, you don't dilute your presence. Instead, you amplify it. People remember the feeling you gave them, the impact you made, and they'll carry that with them long after you're gone. The truth is, no one remembers the person who overstays their welcome. They may remember parts of the conversation or event, but the lasting impression comes from knowing that you were confident enough to know when it was time to leave. You didn't linger. You didn't outstay your time. And that is what will make people remember you. The courage to leave first shows your strength. Walking away first requires a certain kind of courage. It's easy to stay, to blend in, to let things unfold as they will. But walking away at the right moment takes confidence. It takes a belief in yourself and your ability to leave on your own terms. And that confidence is magnetic. When you know when to leave, you are showing the world that you don't need validation from anyone else to feel secure. You're not afraid to step away from situations that no longer serve you. This is true strength that doesn't need to shout or demand attention, but instead leaves a powerful, quiet impression. Every exit can be a new beginning. When you leave first, it doesn't mean you're walking away from something forever. Often, it's the beginning of a new chapter. The moment you leave behind what no longer serves you, you open up space for new opportunities, new connections, and new growth. By walking away from something at its peak, you create room for new experiences to enter your life. You allow yourself to move forward with the lessons learned, the memories made, and the growth achieved. This act of leaving isn't about cutting ties or burning bridges. It's about honoring yourself enough to know that the best is yet to come. Start practicing the art of walking away. This doesn't mean you need to run away from every situation. It means practicing the art of leaving when things are at their best. You can start with small moments. Maybe it's knowing when to end a conversation on a high note. Maybe it's walking away from a gathering before it begins to feel draining. Maybe it's walking away from a situation that no longer adds value to your life. Start small, but know that you are practicing the art of knowing when to leave, when to step away while you're still at your peak, while your energy is strong, and while the impact you've made is fresh. Leaving first is a form of self-respect. When you know when to leave, you are showing respect for yourself. You are valuing your time, your energy, and your presence. And in doing so, you set a standard for others to respect you as well. By walking away first, you send a message that you are in control of your own story. And that's the kind of message that will make you unforgettable. Walk away with strength. Walk away with confidence. And know that every moment you leave with grace and dignity is a moment that people will remember. You leave them with the best of you, and that is the secret to walking away at your peak. Conclusion. You've just unlocked 7 timeless principles that have the power to change the way you interact with the world and ultimately the way the world remembers you. These aren't just abstract concepts. They are tools you can use right now to start making a lasting impact on the people around you. By embracing the power of presence, emotional control, and thoughtful action, you can cultivate a life that leaves a meaningful impression. But here's the most important part. This journey is yours to lead. You hold the power to transform how you show up every single day. And when you begin to embody these practices, you'll not only change how others see you, you'll change how you see yourself. So take a moment, reflect on which of these principles resonates with you the most, and make the commitment to practice it today. Maybe it's owning your space with confidence or remembering the importance of a name. Maybe it's learning the art of walking away at your peak. Whatever it is, start small. Stay consistent and watch how your life begins to shift. If you found these principles inspiring and you're ready to dive even deeper into the Stoic philosophy that empowers your everyday life, then I encourage you to subscribe to the Stoic Philosophy channel. Here, we'll continue to explore practical wisdom that will guide you toward living a life of strength, purpose, and unforgettable impact. Don't miss out on the next steps of your journey. Subscribe now and let's walk this path together. Your best self is waiting to be discovered.